watching the Great British Baking Show, and I got a new teapot for Yule. I just posted pictures of all my little gifts from my partner on my Instagram, so check it out. I can't use my new tea infuser, a little slimmy guy with purple trunk. These cups I've had, we got these at a thrift store, we have 2 of them. But this little guy is new, but I can't use him because my new tea from Spirit Apothecary, the witchy shop in Bedford, and they're the people who host Cleveland Pagan Pride, is a rooibos blend, and there are lots of little tiny pieces. Some pieces are bigger, but there are also very tiny pieces that will come through the holes in the infuser. Besides, I want to use my new teapot, so I'm making this loose leaf in the pot. I'm just reheating the water because it was sitting for a while and it was pretty cool. Surprised at how long it's actually taking to reheat, though. I didn't think it had cooled down that much. It was still warm to the touch, but first thing you have to do if you're using a teapot, especially in the colder months, is warm it up just by putting some hot water in it. Swirl it around so the hot water goes up the sides. Otherwise, if the pot is still cold and you put hot tea into it, the warmth will leach into the sides of the pot, / the cold will leach into your tea, and it cools down much faster. So I always had to do this when I worked at the tea parlor. I had to warm all the pots, and now I also warm mugs if I'm not using a pot. Just warm up the mug first, as long as you warm the container you're putting it into. And then we're going to put the loose leaf in, 2 tablespoons or so for a pot, and then fill it and let it steep. I'm going to put one of my drip catchers that I made on it. Any of you who have teapot collections, I do have these. Fits on all my other teapot spouts, but this one's quite big. And then I don't have an over-the-mug strainer yet, so I use a tea ball. And here we go. Vlogstice number 8 has been rendering for an hour, and it's only at 30%. It says it has 2.5 hours left to go. And now you all understand why my videos take forever and are up so late or the next day. So often! Ugh! Just got my card in the mail from Danny. It's very dark in here. Hold on, let's go by the window. Here we go. Just got my card from Danny. It's so cool. I'll put it right here with our other cards. This is some of my partner's friends sent us cards with pictures of them. It's a really beautiful card. Thank you, Danny. Druid Danny from PaganPerspective. In case you haven't figured it out yet, Vlogstice is extending past the winter solstice this year because I'm about 3 videos behind, and there's supposed to be at least 11 Vlogstice videos. So I decided to just extend it beyond that. We actually have a lot going on this weekend. So this evening, my partner is is opening for a concert in Cleveland, which they are upstairs rehearsing for right now. Tomorrow is their mom's birthday, so we will going to see a movie and going to lunch and going to see some holiday lights, I think, is the plan. So we've got all day stuff tomorrow. Sunday, of course, is Christmas Eve. We'll be hanging out with my family, and then Christmas Day we'll be hanging out with their family. So big ol' action-packed weekend, and yeah, I'm practicing ukulele right now while they are upstairs playing the guitar. I am practicing ukulele, seeing if I can figure out some more chords to other songs that are in Circle Round, raising children in goddess traditions. And I have figured out the chords for some of my favorite songs. I also have this How to Play Ukulele book where I've been looking up a couple of them that I didn't know because I didn't already know D minor. I'm going through this Teach Yourself to Play Ukulele book, and I hadn't learned that one yet. But now I can play a few songs that I have learned from just hearing it, reclaiming chants, learning some chants at witch camp, and yeah. So I'm figuring out enough of them. I can't tell if the lighting is good. I'm figuring out enough of them so that I'll be able to figure out chords to go with some of the songs and chants that I know and use most often. So I'm really excited that I figured out the chords that go with the one. It's the same tune that has 3 different songs, lyrics to it that are like reclaiming songs or chants. And then there's also a chant that we used to do in my kirtan circle that I used to go to, or kirtan circle, bhakti yoga kirtan, call and response chanting circle, that has the same notes. So I've always sung them in kind of an ongoing loop, just going back and forth, and I figured out the chords to it. So I've been playing around with that and just trying to break in my fingertips to getting used to the strings. Ukulele strings are like nylon, so they're a lot lighter and easier than guitar strings that are made of metal, and I've never had an easy time of pressing down guitar strings. It's so difficult and I'm not used to it yet, so my fingers start hurting much faster, and also it's hard for me to like move my fingers across the entire neck of a guitar. So the ukulele is much better for me to start with because it's lighter and it's smaller. I'm just kind of getting the idea with that. So that's what's going on today. I might take some clips of the concert later. They're the first of 3 acts, and the main act is a band that I guess is pretty popular, but we had never heard of before, called Blue Moon Soup. So we'll be hanging out with them tonight. Yeah. The video has now been rendering for about 2¼ hours, and it says it'll take 1½ more. I had to go back to only editing on the old laptop because the new laptop that my friend gave me for some reason is not working, and it's not letting me install my editing software onto the other laptop, even though I was pretty sure you were allowed to do this 3 times. Apparently I've had this editing software in this computer for so long that the registration key for my editing software expired. Like, I should have been able to put it on 3 different computers, but it expired years ago. That's how old this laptop and this editing software is. Ow, I just hit my elbow. But yeah, so I have been forced to continue editing on the old, slow laptop, but I am so glad that it still works, because otherwise I would not have any editing capability at all right now. So thank you, laptop. Thank you for all of your years of service for my YouTube channel. Everyone, please give the laptop a round of applause. She's been in the game a long, long time, and she's still running the show, still producing content. So thank you, laptop. My new miniature laptop is super duper helpful and wonderful because I can take it on the go, I can upload things, I can post pictures and stuff, and I can upload videos from it for sure, but I can't edit on it. So that's the thing. Once they're edited here and put on a flash drive, normally I can put the flash drive into the mini laptop, take it anywhere I need to go, and upload it. However, this laptop also is not letting me remove the flash drive still. I know I've said it before. It's been a couple weeks now, and I still cannot remove it, so I've had to do all my uploading on this laptop as well, so everything's just been taking a long time. And often, when I know it's going to take forever, I just don't do it, which is partly why I got a little behind on Vlogstice, but also I just had a lot of days where basically I just slept most of the day because I was going through a lot and just couldn't really do anything, and sleeping it off helps me. When I wake up, I feel better and I can do more. So all the little kidlets who are still like in preschool and don't like nap time, one day, kiddos, one day you are gonna want nap time, and I take advantage of that. Ooh, pentacle in blue light. I love this thing. I have to clean it, physically clean it. It's dusty, and cleanse it, and everything like that. But I love it. Yay.
Just might see my own face, and I free my mind and go.
Cookies. Giant cookies. ones puffed up so much. We decided to put the other batch of cookies in a muffin tin just because we were still using those when we made this. Because, you know, whatever, we don't care. These ones puffed up really big. Yay! These ones look crazy because I'm talking to the camera.
Oh, well, I don't know. You didn't say you were going to do that, so I thought you were talking to me.
It's okay.
I'm over here on this microphone.
No.
Like, here I think you're talking to me. You're over there talking to the video camera without letting me know. This weird, echoey karaoke microphone.
Anyway, these look weird because we just put chocolate chips on top because we didn't have that much dark chocolate left. This was a dark chocolate candy bar, which I don't like super dark chocolate. But, so we just put it on top. That's why it looks ridiculous. It's not actually within the cookie. And then this has actually cocoa, like protein shake cocoa powder. Because we could not go get ingredients because, of course, we live where the Walmart is not 24 hours and they're closed on Christmas Day. The Walmart where I used to live would have been open. We would have been able to get everything we need for baking. But, you know, it's fine. Hopefully it was beneficial for those people and their families because for us, you know, we work on our holiday and then we can't bake cookies on the other holiday because they close. I thought I just turned the oven light off. Anyway, I did. What the frick? Anyway, oh my god, my desk is currently a mess because of all the stuff I've been working on recently. I just want to do a little closing clip because I looked at all the other clips I have to edit together from like the past week. I've just been recording random things and it's not a cohesive ending. It just ended with cookies. So we actually made more cookies since then with banana Oreos, not brand name Oreos, but they're still vegan. They're junk food vegan. But we made cookies out of them and they're really good. So that's what I've been eating today. But a lot of stuff has just happened in the last few days that are really frustrating and really like people not understanding other people's points of view, people not really caring how things affect other people, and I just remembered how awful my hair looks, and now I'm recording with it. Oh my god, whatever. Okay, I'm about to go take a shower after I edit and start this video rendering. I'm gonna hop in the shower because we have somewhere to get to tonight, which is another frustrating situation. My partner has been working really hard to promote a show that we were told that we were gonna get tickets for, like that promoting the show would get free tickets for tonight and tomorrow, and it's now the day of and the shows are sold out, and we have not been told that we have those tickets that they've been working really hard to get. So we were able to buy some for tomorrow, and then hopefully if we get the free ones, we'll be able to give those tickets to somebody else. It's a sold out show, so they're going to want, a couple more people will want tickets for sure. And then for today, we were able to get me a ticket that somebody else doesn't need, so we're gonna get that from them tonight, but we don't know about the ones that my partner's supposed to get. So just like stuff like that, like people saying things and then not realizing that like, hey, waiting to tell people whether or not they've actually secured those tickets when the show is now sold out is a big deal. And like we talked to people that we know from the venue and they're like, we have no idea what you're talking about. They haven't told us anything about giving people tickets. Bleh. And there was a thing this past week that was kind of annoying and frustrating to us, and my partner posted something about it on Facebook, and a bunch of their friends who normally have very similar thought processes, are very progressive thinking, liberal-minded folks, usually just pay attention to a lot of the same causes and things like that, and similar forms of injustices in the world that we tend to notice as people of various minority statuses and identities, that a bunch of them did not understand basically what my partner was saying, and kind of pretty much just said like, you're stupid, you're being stupid, that's not a real problem. And it's so frustrating when it's coming from people who you think understand you, because
like, obviously we have a lot of privilege in some ways. I've talked about this before. There are definitely identities that I hold, that we hold, that are still very privileged. And I mean, living in this country at all is a privilege. But then, of course, there are other ways that are not always immediately visible to people in which we are in the minority status that is not as privileged in certain situations. So we were talking about a situation where those people happen to be in the majority group and we happen to be in the minority group, and because they're in the majority? Wow, I think I just completely combined those two words. That's cool. Because they're in the majority group of this particular situation, of this particular identity, they don't understand what my partner was trying to say about feeling really frustrated about the way that things are. And just the way they handled it was really frustrating. It really upset us for like multiple days, and I still haven't addressed how I feel about their response to those people. But I'm really disappointed. Really disappointed. You know, like, it's bad enough when you understand that people all around the world are going to disagree with you and think that you're stupid and think that your feelings don't matter, but then when your friends also don't get it, it's just like, this is, you know, it's a bigger problem than people think it is when even people who love you and respect you don't understand the way that you're negatively impacted by things. So it's just been a week of that, and then there was something that I have really been needing to say, that Spirit, that Goddess is really pushing me to say, to like, just say this. You need to say this to people. This is true, it's important, and it's part of your work, and you need to fucking say it. And I posted on Instagram about it in a very vague sense, that like, I'm afraid to say things that I know people are going to push back on. I'm afraid to say things that I know people are going to have a problem with, that I know is a minority viewpoint, even if I believe that it is true, even if I believe that it is very important and has a big impact. I'm afraid to say it because I don't like saying things that I fear people are going to be argumentative with me about. But then it's like, I don't constantly get messages from the universe and Spirit telling me, like, you need to fucking say this. This is important. Just say it already, if it's not really important to say. But it took me like 4 days to finally say it to the people that I was supposed to say it to. And I said right on there, I was like, don't be surprised if I don't answer you right away, because I'm still very afraid of negative response. But I'm just saying it because my job was to say it. My job is not to know how you react to it. My job is not to have to listen to any potential negative feedback. My job was to say it and get it said and get the information out there. And yeah, so it's just been a rough week, like, dealing with that, dealing with friends not understanding things, and then today just finding out, like, my partner's been working so hard to get these tickets for this thing, and now we don't know what's going to happen. But, you know, hey, you never really know what's going to happen, right? So you just kind of have to roll with the punches and take each day as it comes. So I hope you're all having a good day. I hope that you have enjoyed Vlogstice, the minimal amount of Vlogstice that I was able to do. I am glad that you all have enjoyed them so far. I'm glad that you enjoy daily-ish, semi-daily vlogs in the first place, because they are fun when I do have the time and the motivation and energy to go about posting them. I know that not everybody likes them, and I try not to let that get to me, but here we are. So it's almost the end of December, so you have to look forward to in the future. You have to look forward to in the future. There we go. My 2017 year in review video, which will probably be the first video in 2018 rather than the last video this year. There might be another video at the end of this month in the next few days. Maybe, I don't know yet if I'll be able to get it done and get it posted. But there's something I've been thinking about doing for that, and then we'll get started in 2018 in January with my year in review and go on from there. And I've got some new projects in the works, and I have what is the word I'm looking for? Lofty. I have lofty goals of tying up loose ends on a bunch of old projects that I have yet to complete. I have lofty goals. Alright. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being here. I will see you very soon, and if I don't see you before the new year, have a happy new calendar year, and I'll see you next time. Until then, don't forget to be awesome, blessed be, and goodbye.